A lot of stuff on the record, and we just took the high road, didn't attack him, prayed that he would stop it, but he didn't. And now he's self-immolated. He's burned himself up in front of everybody. And I'm not going to cook hot dogs on his fire because I like hickory and oak. I don't like roasting hot dogs over a little demonic goblin. So there you have it on that front. But let's get back to speaking of goblins, an even trulier sickening, Beck's just Judas goading the liberty movement. I mean, he's not out there promoting things like this, thank God. I guess he's probably a wonderful person. Let's get to Todd Nickerson. Todd. I think it's the name Todd, but it's just, if I was central casting one of these guys, he would look just like this guy, and his name would be Todd Nickerson. Let's go ahead and go to Todd Nickerson.
And she was just standing there watching me, and I remember looking up and just seeing her and just going, wow, she's beautiful.
Right, let's hit pause.
I knew I was in
back it up. I had to fall. To the start. He's talking about a 5-year-old girl here. It's hard to watch. And understand, Satanist, he might even know he's one, but children of death, children of wickedness, in my view, I'm sure he's not really a wicked person. They are attracted to innocence and defiling it and destroying it. And they want to destroy the free will before the child is developed, and they psychically admit at the higher levels they are vampiring the essence and the innocence of the children off of them and away from them. And so at the lower level, Renfield level, like this guy, at the Igor level, this is just one of the little front minions, that's willing to go out and do all this. He's the tip of the iceberg for the horrible thing right under the surface that's now leering at us and uncloaking. They don't have real relationships with full-grown women. They're scared of big, powerful, steaming women with just all the sinew and the smells and the wild-eyedness. They just, like a man's like, I love this, boy. The more female, the more, just can imagine a woman in like a leopard skin and a club in her hand. It's just awesome. Anyways, that's how God made us. This guy's totally threatened by that and isn't attracted to it. He's attracted to children, people that aren't even sexual, people that aren't even developed, people that don't even have the capability to make another child, because they're such weak, pathetic slime balls. And now they think we're even weaker than them. We'll go, oh, it's your, okay, we'll drop on by this week then. Sir, you can court my 5-year-old. No, you can't. But the state, mark my words, I'm serious when I say this is already happening in some areas of Europe, is taking 7, 8, and 9. Here it's 10, 11, 12-year-old girls away. If the parents are Christians, won't let them, quote, go to the gay groups, or won't let them go have a sex change. They say, no, you can do that when you're 18 if you want. They're taking them away. And now it's going to be, and this is what NAMBLA wants, take the children away to put them in to be educated into the love. It's the only way to end the discrimination against pedophiles. That's what he says, too, is we're discriminated against. I mean, in any mammal species, if some male or female comes over to somebody's babies that aren't in their family, starts doing weird things to the babies, chimpanzees will break your neck. Wolves will attack you. I mean, any mammal species protects its youth from aberrant, twisted, malfunctioning, demon-possessed, color out of space creatures like this guy. Here it is.
I remember looking up and just seeing her and just going, wow, she's beautiful. I knew I was in deep. I had fallen for the girl. Oh. The last thing I wanted to do was hurt her.
Oh. Last thing I wanted to do was hurt her. Look at his eyes. I'm not a predator.
I took on a regular babysitting gig. She was 5. She was a precocious girl.
Hit 5. A regular babysitting gig. Don't have a man or a teenage man who wants to babysit your girls or boys babysit. Statistically, they're coming after them. That's why everybody has women. Women. It's known. Now, if you're a brother, they say keep your sisters. That's totally normal. Or if you're a cousin, and then it's like reluctantly, hey, come over and, you know, cook dinner and watch the kids, let them watch a movie, and you're like, all right, you know, that's different. But when it's a guy like this, don't let him around your kids. Let's go back. I mean, that's a no-brainer, isn't it? Let's go back to him.
A regular babysitting gig. She was 5. She was a precocious girl. She was advanced for her age. She was also very independent. A lot of my fantasies actually revolve around little girls who are in some way more powerful than I am. Eventually,
they're more powerful. Well, of course, they've got life force. They weren't abused like you were when you were young, I would guess. Statistically, I don't know that about this guy. They weren't inducted into this. I want to know who shot video of this little girl for his piece. They need to be investigated. Who shot video of this little girl that's in this video of your radio listener? There's a little, what looks like 2.5, 3-year-old girl dancing around while this guy drools over her and talks about her life force. By the way, I told you, see? Let's go back to it.
Fantasies actually revolve around little girls who are in some way more powerful than I am. Eventually, my attraction became, you know, overwhelming to the point I had to go relieve myself in the bathroom.
Hey,
that's when
I want to relieve myself with this guy. And it ain't that way. I tell you, it's a good feeling when somebody comes after you. They almost get you down. You get them down. You got broken fist. Still a very satisfying feeling. That's the kind of relief I want here. Good boy, I tell you. Oh, but I'm evil. This guy's drooling over children, and I am physically repulsed and physically have a physical response as a man. It's horrible, but people need to know who's coming for us. This is the Democratic Party. Here they are.
When I had to go relieve myself in the bathroom, that's when I had to leave town and get my head straightened out. I didn't abuse her because I knew the harm that it could cause. Also, you know, remembering the fact that I was abused, it's probably contributed to my own sexuality.
Hit pause. I'm going to be honest. Nico asked me this morning, have you seen this? And I said, no, I can't make myself see it more than once. So that's why I'm guessing all this as we go along here, and it turns out to be true. Because I just read some of the transcripts in Paul's article. I didn't see those statements. So see, I'm predicting here. It's not hard to predict. I mean, look at this poor little guy. See, that's why he isn't as demonic. He's more of a Renfield, like a servant of Dracula. But that's why they put him out there, because he's less threatening to the real demons in the shadows. So the spirit of this guy is what I feel urges to attack. I don't want to attack him. But it just shows that they took that little boy right there, put him into their cult, and now he thinks of love as love between a child and an adult. And whatever age they were abused at is the age they start going after when they are adults. If they got abused at 2, they go after 2-year-olds. If they got abused at 7, they go after 7-year-olds. That's how this works. And they're being left alone and allowed to operate now, folks, and they need to be stopped because they have a mathematic equation. They don't have children. They replicate by abusing other children and expanding their cult. So, again, I normally watch videos before I play them, but stuff like this, I can only look at it once, so that's why. But you know, I'm glad we all watched it together for the first time. Because you saw my predictions be correct. People always ask me, why am I so upset when they're saying get 6-year-old girls ready to see boys in the showers with them in major newspapers, when they are having pedophiles out there saying, you know, I'm not a monster, you know, to normalize and humanize it in a cold-blooded tactic, using mental patients, using mentally ill people, in my opinion, like this guy who was abused as a small boy, Todd Nickerson. If you're a TV viewer, look at him showing a picture of himself. He was abused as a 3 or 4-year-old. So now that's what he's attracted to is 5-year-old girls. They have had their sexuality jacked. Now that's only one division. That's the Renfield kind of bumbling, mentally stunted servants of the pedophile guilds in every culture, in every time. Above that is a more cold-blooded manager level, who a lot of times isn't even into the pedophilia, and then above that are the vampires. And when I say vampires, they don't live forever, but I think they are possessed, and they're into really hurting kids, torturing them, kidnapping them, you name it. And when you look at a lot of, it's come out, the people in the British government, our governments, it's come out, government ministers all over Europe caught with little kids in dungeons, dozens of them dead. all over the world, I mean, this comes out in criminology, but it's not really in the news. It's so horrible that they'll be in little cages and just the demons, the judges, the politicians, will go and just sit for 10 hours a day with the children just begging and pleading for food and just horrified and their ribs shrinking in. Their favorite thing is starving to death 4-year-olds begging for mommy. And then they call it using them up when they finally whimper, give up, roll over, and die. They then have sex with the dead bodies, thank Satan, like Jimmy Savile would do, and go out and grab your next child out of the back of your yard. Now, I'm sorry to have to talk like this, but you need to know who's coming for you and your family. And every instinct in me, I mean, I'll just be quite honest. I start focusing on the enemy, and I get extremely crazed, okay? So, I mean, it's just every instinct in me is just, rah, just let me into a room with 100 of these people. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And I just don't know where the spirit and the will is to crush the enemy out there. What have they done to us to put us into a trance to put up with this garbage? What have they done to us? What? Again, I'm nothing special, but I see a car wreck, I go help people. Some lady's choking. There's 50 people. Nobody's helping her, saying 911. I do the Heimlich, get the food out. 50 years ago, almost everybody do the Heimlich. I've looked at the numbers. The reports have been documented. We're turning into a bunch of self-centered, walking dead trash, and we're such zombies, we're such self-centered crap that we don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. And my very spirit is just absolutely ready at every level to we're under attack, people. Where is the animating contest of liberty? Where is the spirit lifted up against these people? All right, I'm sorry. I focus in on the evil. It really freaks me out, and I don't get like that a lot, but I know the enemy spirit. And I start talking about it, and it just gets to me because my spirit gets close to that evil, and I feel it, and my whole spirit just goes, ah, ah, ah. They call that crazy. That's not crazy. That's my will, my human spirit saying, crush those that would hurt the innocent. Go after the enemy. Build a civilization. Be honorable. Crush the snakes under your feet. Get behind me, Satan. Now, before I go any further, we got to fund this operation. We got the very best nutraceuticals out there. I don't know if I can run this for another week or so. We want to run it through the end of the month, but that's like 11 days. Because I don't want it to sell out before more gets in. X2, the good halogen. 20% off, InfoWarsLife.com, InfoWarsLife.com, InfoWarsLife.com. You go there, you get that, the great multivitamin mineral fusion with all the amino acids and everything. Vitamin Mineral Fusion Fruit Punch mix is there. InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. Sign up for the free newsletter. Get a promo code for 50% off on the Hillary for Prison shirts. It's being emailed out today. Fund us. Give me the energy and I will attack the enemy. All right, here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen, on this Friday global transmission. I'll be back this Sunday, 4 to 6 p.m., by the way, and I will be in studio doing the show this Sunday. I have been mailing it in a little bit the last few weeks to spend time with my children. Larry Nichols is popping in the next segment to talk about the bold moves of Trump that have put him into the lead in national polls against the rape gang that is the Clintons. Again, a bunch of rapists, a bunch of pedophiles. They're about dominating the human spirit and controlling it. Then we got Blair White, who is a transgendered individual who is against the whole leftist takeover move that's going on. Thought I'd have them pop in. Peter Schiff on the economy, David Knight. You know, a lot of people ask me if outbursts like that earlier are an act or if they're real. And let me explain what it is. It's real, but I'm letting the dog off the leash. Okay? In fact, let's just say that's about 20% of where the dog can go. Just that little manifestation. And because I'm controlling myself, it is partially fake. And by that, it's not completely natural how angry I really am. I'm holding back there. So it's bona fide, but I am in control. And it's better that I do that on air than sit here and be controlled the whole show and have a heart attack when I'm 50. Because let me tell you something. When I read major newspapers everywhere saying, get ready for your 10-year-old and 11-year-old daughters to have naked men in the showers with them at public schools, and when I see pedophiles on TV with Salon saying,